Hi there and welcome to another Mickey's Roundtable adventure. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas around here, mostly because I set up my Christmas tree here today. But it's not Christmas, it's not Thanksgiving, it's not New Year's, it's not even Boxing Day. It's what I like to call Unboxing Day. That's right, we're going to do an unboxing video. Apparently these are all the rage. So this is my latest, greatest, wonderful set decoration. And once we do this in just a couple minutes, I'm going to give you a tour of all the different props and decorations around my set.
To all who come to this happy place, what do you wish upon a star?
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Who's the leader of the front that's made for you and me? M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
So when I came up with the idea for my Mickey's Roundtable videos, the centerpiece, of course, was the Mickey's Roundtable, a table shaped like Mickey Mouse. And then for the background, for the set, I decided, okay, if a Disney character came and visited me and then they left, but they forgot something, what did they forget? So Cinderella might have forgot her glass slipper, for example. So that's the idea, and I've got all these different ideas for different props and different decorations, and some of them are very easy to find, and some are more difficult to find, and I had an idea of, let me do a little display, a little section for the movie Cars, and I wanted to get a Piston Cup Trophy, and most of what I found online, they were really small. There was like a drink cup that said Cars Land on it that you got from Disneyland, something like that. So finally, I found an Etsy shop, and it wasn't a really small one. They offered those, but then they offered a little bit bigger one, and it's like, okay, that's perfect. It's going to fit on my shelf. So I ordered it, and then so this came today. It's took several weeks. The shop is over in Turkey. So I'm in Florida. It came from Turkey. It took a little bit of time to get here. He sent me a picture of it just after he produced it. It's 3D printed, and so I get the picture in the on my phone today. I'm at work, and oh boy, my package has been delivered. I was expecting it to come maybe tomorrow or sometime Monday or whatnot, and I looked at it, and the way that it was sitting on the welcome mat in the photo, it looked like it looked smaller than it was. It looked thin, like it was just a little thick envelope, padded envelope or something. I thought, oh, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look like what I wanted or what I ordered. He gave me the dimensions. I asked him how big it was going to be, and oh, look at that! It's another box. So I measured the box here. The box is pretty close to what he said it was going to be. Oh, there's a crack right there. Oh boy! All right, we're gonna. Oh, do I need the scissors? Oh, I might, and I might not. So yeah, this thing has traveled halfway around the world, and I've got a spot for it all picked out. And of course, the idea is, because you can't see everything that's on this side of the set, mostly because of just the one camera angle, you can see this stuff. So I can move stuff around, so maybe this will show up over here if I do a Cars themed video or something like that. And or maybe I'll get multiple cameras. I'll get fancy someday. But for now, okay, oh, that's why it looks smaller. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I looked at the box and it looked like it was smaller than I thought it was going to be relative to his dimensions. It looks like he's got it in pieces, and I'll get to assemble it. Plenty of packing material. So this is the, okay, that's all packed separate. Don't need that. And then, okay. And then I could customize, this is the base, what I wanted to say on there. So I had a Lightning McQueen, and then 2006 was his first Piston Cup. I kind of wish that I'd left the year off of it, and then it would have been centered better. But that's really cool. And then you can see where it fits in. And then, okay, then there are the wings. So if you're familiar with the Cars films and short films and whatnot, the Piston Cup, it's like a piston from a car, and then there's like wings on it. So these are the wings. Okay, this is, again, when I saw the picture of the package, sitting on the doorstep when I'm at work and I can't go home yet. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't look right. That looks, oh boy. I was afraid I was either going to be very, very pleasantly surprised or really, really disappointed. And I think it's the needle's going over here towards the very, very pleased. Okay, so then this is the that will go in there, and I don't, oh, there we go. Ooh, okay, then it screws on the top here, so then the actual piston cup, it's just an empty old cup. So now my box is empty, and the cup is just, it's an empty old cup, right? Oh, look at that. Okay, now I'm thoroughly impressed. He gave me a tool that I can use to put this together with. But so then this, so he's got a screw mounted in the bottom there, and then I can find the hole. Oh, or do I have to, oh, there we go. Okay. So he's got it taped in here, and then I'll use my my new tool. I can put that in my toolbox when I'm done. How about that? It's an Allen wrench. But it's just the one that's just the right size, so we can do that, and then, does it say piston cup on both sides? It does. So it says piston cup on both sides, but then I'll tighten that down. Whoops. So it is an actual cup, so I could put wrenches or, you know, beverage in there. Okay, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy, that's set. All right. Oh, that's what he did. Okay. They're magnetic, so they just, boom. How cool is that? All right. This is my first unboxing video, and I think it went very well because I'm very, very, very pleased with my new Piston Cup Trophy. That's cool. So now I'll show you where I'm going to put this in my set, and then we'll work our way around, and I'll show you all my other cool doodads and stuff. That's really cool. So that is very cool. That's good. That's going to fit in very nicely with my set decorations. I'm going to just go through everything as fairly quickly, fairly rapidly. Don't have a lot of time to go into a lot of detail. So if you go on the shelf up in the corner there, just above my Cars, new Cars edition, Monsters Inc., Monster University, Tangled, Flynn Rider poster. I've got a blank poster up at the top. Got a newspaper from the Dumbo movie, and I brought this into the computer. I'm going to redo it, or have redone it. I just need to print it out, add a feather in there. That's going to go up there on the top there where that empty frame is. Wanted poster for Robin Hood with an arrow stuck in it. I thought that was kind of cool. A couple of family photos, Coco, Tarzan. Underneath that, Hercules medal. I got that off of Etsy, 3D printed. Top shelf over here, you can see this. I've got my Beauty and the Beast, Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, Chip, and then I just put together the Enchanted Rose. It doesn't float or have lights or anything, but still pretty good. Underneath that, one of my favorite all-time TV shows, DuckTales. So I've got Scrooge McDuck's hat, his #1 dime. I made a little holder just like in the DuckTales series. And then there's Huey, Dewey, and Louie's hats, along with a Junior Woodchuck guidebook. It's just a notebook, but I made the cover for it. Underneath that, plushes from the movie Christopher Robin, the live-action adaptation of Winnie the Pooh. So I've got Piglet, Eeyore, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and then a really cool honey pot. Then on the bottom shelf, I've got toys from Toy Story. If Andy left something, what would he leave? His toys, of course. I got Woody, Jesse, Buzz, Slinky Dog, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head Ham. They're all there. I'd love to get a Bullseye. Bullseye would be fantastic. Just next to that, So you can see in the corner next to the shelf, I've got Brer Rabbit's little carrying stick that he uses. So that's there. Where the tree is, that's where my little pedestal pillow and Cinderella's glass slipper usually goes. I've got it moved at the moment for the tree. Just above that, the Evil Queen's magic mirror from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the animated classic that started it all. Just above that, I've got the contract that Ariel signed giving her voice over to Ursula. Next to that, another newspaper. This one I didn't have to do anything in the computer for. This one I just bought off of Etsy. It is a newspaper from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The cool thing about this newspaper, it's just like the one in the movie. In the one in the movie, they had made up the prop for the live action filming before they had fully developed and refined what the character of Jessica Rabbit was going to look like. So if you look closely, that's not the Jessica Rabbit we all know and love from the movie. It's what she was maybe going to look like, but ended up not being that. Underneath that, you've got the Deed to Toad Hall, a Pinocchio marionette. I love that I've got an actual Pinocchio marionette. I've got a conscience pin that Jiminy Cricket wears. Underneath that, some more Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs stuff. A book. You can get that at the Disney store here currently at Walt Disney World. And then the apple, it's just a plastic apple you can get in a plastic fruit store. Snow White's, the heart box. Yeah, I don't have the heart to look inside and see what's actually in there. I'm pretty sure it's not a pig's heart. I've got another Pixar classic, Wall-E, underneath that. That's my actual work boot. Took that, it looked perfect, put a plant in it, got myself a Rubik's Cube, a light bulb. I really want to get a spork to go with that. One of these days I'll pony up the dough and get a spork. Very bottom shelf, another notebook that you can get at the stores here at Walt Disney World currently. My adventure book, just like the one in the movie. I want to put pictures in there of different stuff. My adventures. Then you've got the cap, the Wilderness Explorer cap, tickets to Venezuela, Paradise Falls postcard, a grape soda pin. The Paradise Falls jar, I had a different jar, but it wasn't the right one. I'm watching the movie, I was like, well, that's not right. So I had to go to the store and find a different jar, and it's tough to find because everything's plastic nowadays, so it's not, they don't look like that. I did eventually find one, and I enjoyed some apple juice for about a week, and then I put that together. If you go on the wall on this side here, this is not necessarily, for the most part, not stuff that characters would have left. There's a little bit of that, but I've got Disney dollars here. When I came to the Walt Disney World in 1988, my brother and I got Disney dollars, the $1, but I wanted a 5 and a 10 as well. So I recently acquired some of those from the eBay. And then the characters, I hung them up. It's Mickey, Goofy, Donald. I had to look over there. I put those in the same order as my character photos of my meet and greets that I've done with Mickey, Goofy, and Donald next to it. Steamboat Willie poster. This I bought at Disneyland at my very first visit to Disneyland ever. Still have it, still in good condition. Just underneath the Steamboat Willie poster, I've got plushes for Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy. They are based on the designs from the original plushes that Disney first licensed way back when. At least for Mickey, Minnie, and Donald. I'm not sure about the Goofy. I got him separate. So next to that, you'll see I've got a Aladdin Magic Lamp. This is cool. I got this when the live action adaptation Aladdin came out. And it's a teapot, but it's very nice looking. The other Aladdin item that I got when that movie came out, if you look underneath me here, the magic carpet. It's not based on the animated version. It is based on the live action version of Aladdin. And excuse my feet and the garbage there. Next to my desk here, I've got a coat rack, hat rack, and hats for the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, and then Sorcerer Mickey's hat from Fantasia. The top row there is Walt Disney stuff, Disneyland related stuff. I've got the photos from the boxes that the plushes came in, that my train came in. Those are on either side. And then there's a replica of the very first ticket sold for Disneyland. Roy Disney, Walt's brother, he bought the first ticket. It's actually the real official ticket is in the archives, Disney archives over in Burbank, California. This is a reproduction. And when I bought this, I also got the replica newspaper that was the very first newspaper that they gave out to guests when Disneyland opened back in 1955. Next to that, of course, the dedication of Disneyland by Walt Disney, little photo of that. So behind you, where you can't see because, you know, the camera's pointed this way at me, I've got an Anyone Can Cook cookbook from Ratatouille. One of my coolest treasures here, Disney treasures. So I've got a ticket or a button from every visit that I made to either Disneyland or Walt Disney World between 1988, my first visit to Walt Disney World, and 2019, my last visit to Disneyland before I moved to Florida and I started going to Walt Disney World all the time. That's it for this Mickey's Roundtable adventure. Until next time, we'll see you real soon.